In the previous video we talked about how to enjoy life, and essentially we talked about how to be on the highest frequency. We also touched a little bit upon dealing with the areas of life that can throw you off and make life not so enjoyable when it comes to respect, when it comes to forgiveness. And in this video we're going to talk more about those things. Let's start off by talking about a base truth when it comes to the world and what it is and who people are and how things work, so that we can remember this truth as we encounter things that we find to be annoying or scary, irritating, whatever it should be. Then we can revert back on this truth and remind ourselves how things really work. We have to remember the world is big. It is essentially infinite. We can find infinite different situations in the world. There could be people being treated unfairly, people being unreasonable, rude for what seems to be no reason, abuse of animals, people being right out ugly. And for us to be able to truly enjoy life, even when those things come to mind, we better understand them, at least to whatever extent that is going to allow us to be forgiving and in respect of those things. First and foremost, we need to remember that no one knows what the world is. They really don't. People are essentially just doing what they think is the best choice, or what they think is logical to do based on where they think we are, or where they have been told that we are. And this goes for all people, no matter situation, no matter what action they're taking, no matter what they're doing. They don't know any better, and they are probably doing their best. This even goes for those that are doing unthinkable things, those that are mistreating people, kidnapping people, abusing animals, whatever it should be. People are doing their best, and we really also need to consider that the world is a playground. For all they know, they just appeared here. They don't know where they came from, they don't know what the point of the world is, but it's their playground, where they can do whatever they want, and it's none of your business. It really isn't. If you can allow people to do whatever they want, then you're free. If you can respect their choices when it comes to whatever they think is a meaningful life, then you will be free. If you can respect that people are doing their best based on where they think they are and what they think the world is, then you will be free. I don't think you could ever say that anyone is doing something evil for the sake of being just evil. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. From their point of view, they are in a world where they do something that is evil, sure, and they might know it, but based on where they think they are, based on what they think the world is, that is the right thing to do. That is the thing that is going to make life meaningful for them. Of course, this is actually a very rare situation. Most of the times, people are doing things that are evil, but it's evil from your point of view. Many other people will also think that it seems evil, but from their point of view, it's simply just the right thing to do, based on their situation, based on what have been done to them. And if you stepped into their shoes, based on how they perceive the world, you can see that they are doing something that isn't really that evil at all. So now we have essentially talked a little bit, at least, about the things that you can observe in the world. If you can work through these things, then they're not going to upset you. And trust me, you can do it. It is a lot of work. It might take a long time, might take hard work just like all other work that is going to take you to the highest frequency. It is hard work, it is a lot of work, but it can be done, and you might get to a point too where nothing is bothering you. Nothing whatsoever, because you see the truth. The truth that I have just shared. You might at that point have taken in that truth for yourself, and that is simply just how you see it, and it's genuine, and nothing shakes you. Nothing upsets you. You're totally neutral and fine about it. But let's also talk about situations where you feel like someone has done anything to you. This one is a bit different. For you to truly fathom it, for you to truly grasp it, you will have to have a higher level of consciousness. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. If you have cleaned your energies, if you don't have any subconscious programming in yourself that can create unfortunate situations where people are testing you or bullying you or being rude and mean, then you will not ever have any situations like that happening in your life. Nothing whatsoever. Now, if you're still in your script, you will experience your scripted life. Things like that might be a part of the script. But if you have stepped out of your script and you notice that things like that is still happening, then it is something within you that needs to be taken care of. If you take care of it, things will change. In other words, you are creating your experience when it comes to all sorts of things that are happening in your life, how people are treating you, how people are behaving. And essentially what I'm saying now is that if you can really grasp this, then you can steer situations wherever you want them when it comes to any type of interaction with anyone, where you would benefit from them behaving in a different way, let's say. Now, for you to really master this, I mean on the go, to where you can flow with it, you would benefit from having certain accomplishments. One of them being respect. If you can truly master respect to where you can meet anyone and genuinely appreciate them, then things can go very smoothly for you. Obviously, the only reason that you are doing any work ever is not to save the world. It is to save yourself from the world. The world can really mess you up unless you can play it right. And if you play it right, then you can have a very good life. You are essentially doing this for yourself. You are choosing to respect people for yourself. You're choosing to raise your frequency for yourself. You're choosing to be mature for yourself. You're choosing to be neutral and centered for yourself so that you can be free and have a high frequency life. Now, there are no rules when it comes to respect. You do whatever works for you. Perceive things however you have to, for you to genuinely respect people. And I'm talking genuinely. You can't fake things like this. It's just not really going to affect the energies in the correct way to where you have a genuine response. You would want to really consider that people don't know where they are. This is of course not something that you're going to energize in a situation where you talk to people, but it can help you arrive at genuine respect. Recognize that they are probably doing their best. Recognize that it's going to be a much more pleasant experience dealing with them if they think that you respect them, if you don't judge them, if you kinda like them, if you have nothing against them, you even think they're a cool person. That is essentially what everyone wants. They want a meaningful life where they are respected. They want a meaningful life. No matter how much money they have, they're not going to get the type of thing that you can potentially give them by respecting them, making them feel worthy. That is going to make it a pleasant interaction with them, genuine respect, where you like them. Of course, you would benefit from thinking like this about people, even if they are in a movie. If you can get to a point to where you genuinely respect them, no matter what, no matter who they are, no matter what they are doing or have done or are thinking about doing, then you are going to experience more freedom. It's kinda like going into nature and seeing a lot of different plants or trees. You can pick a favorite if you want to, but essentially you just want to be neutral and happy about all of them. Nothing is going to shake you if you want to be genuinely free. The same goes for animals. Have a favorite one if you want to, but you have nothing against any of them. The same goes for people. The same goes for whatever it should be. Types of houses or types of cars, type of music even. Does it really feel good to shut anything out? Of course, I forgot to mention that everything is an extension of you. This is one of the truths that is going to help you genuinely respect everything in an absolute real way. Everything is an extension of you. Consider that whenever you try to respect something. Everything is a part of the totality that you have created by creating this game. The game is kind of like a big cake where you have many pieces of cake, and a pine tree is one piece of the cake, another tree would be another piece. Everything is a part of the totality. Even the terrorist, even the one who is abusing animals, everything. If you can respect all of it, then you can respect all of yourself, and vice versa. If there is something you're failing to respect, then you really aren't respecting yourself or accepting yourself to the extent that you would have to for you to be completely free. So you're not really doing anyone a favor by respecting them. Not really. It's not about them, it's about you, first and foremost. It's like drinking poison and thinking that they are going to get hurt and so on. It's just not going to work. I'm going to leave it at that for this video. There is always a lot more we can say, but I think this should be a good introduction to the topic of respect, the topic of a more complete freedom. If you have benefited from this video, kindly consider becoming a supporter. Abundance, health and prosperity to you. Thank you so much.